Well, I'm really excited to be here today at Industry. I know what you're probably thinking, another session on AI. And it's true, it is another session on AI. But I wanted to take a different angle to talk about how the emergence of AI should make you rethink and actually reprioritize your integration strategy if you haven't already been doing so. So first, an introduction to myself. My name is Shensi Ding, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Merge. Before Merge, I worked at a startup called Expanse, which was acquired by Palo Alto Networks for $1 billion. Prior to that, I worked in growth equity and investment banking at Silver Lake and Credit Suisse, RIP. I'll be covering the following today: why integrations data is crucial for anyone building AI features, an example use case to help illustrate this, and some of the challenges that come with building and maintaining integrations, in particular for AI use cases. We'll also have time for questions, so let's dive in. First, you might be asking yourself, why should I listen? At Expanse, a cybersecurity company that I used to work at, we quickly ran into the issue of needing to offer entire categories of integrations, specifically ticketing. Without integrations, we had difficulty closing deals with customers that demanded that Expanse could connect to all different sorts of platforms like Asana, ServiceNow, Jira. And when we did start building those integrations, we started really feeling the pain of allocating engineering resources away from our core product. And that's why we started Merge. So at Merge, we've built over 220 integrations, and we handle over 2 million sync jobs per day, and 175 million API requests daily. So it's a lot of work. We are trusted by top AI companies, consulting firms, top banks, and also some of my favorite high-growth startups as well. All ranging from like small companies that have just exited YC to large enterprises, which has been really, really exciting for us to move forward as we continue to grow the company. So an interesting fact that we've observed over the past year is how AI companies need to access customer data. And it's not just AI companies, but any company that is adding some kind of AI feature or capability to their products. And this shift isn't just happening in one industry, but across all industries, from financial services companies to HR tech, to revenue management, to procurement. Just think about one of the last platforms that you logged into. Was there an AI chatbot or some kind of agent that helped you perform some task on your behalf or answer a question? Probably. And these are some of the different examples that we've seen across, but AI is on every single landing page now. And the next wave of software will definitely be defined by agentic AI. Just a few stats that analysts pulled together to help showcase this. By 2028, 1 out of 3 enterprise companies will build agentic AI into their software applications. This was actually just at 1% last year, so this is a really, really big increase. The AI agent market is also expected to grow by 44.7% in 2024 and be a $144 billion market by then. And by 2028, at least 15% of day-to-day work decisions will be made autonomously through agentic AI, up from 0% in 2024. But here's the challenge with AI. Everyone talks about the model and the LLM, but the truth is the model is only as powerful as the data you feed it. To generate real business value, you need a large volume of high-quality customer-specific data. And the data doesn't just live in one place. Sometimes it's in your CRM. Sometimes it's in your HR system. Sometimes it's in ticketing platforms, file storage, and accounting tools. You name it. It's all over the place. And this is why integrations are so critical. They're the pipelines that connect all these different systems into something your AI can actually use. Without integrations, your AI is basically blind. It can only give you broad, surface-level answers, and also just scrape what it can off of the internet. But with integrations, you can actually provide real customer value. So once you've unlocked access to all that customer-specific data, what does it actually enable? It's what allows you to build highly personalized AI experiences. Think about enterprise search. Without your customers' data, you're just creating a generic knowledge base. You're only referencing your own data in your own product and not any other of the other tools that your customers might be using. So with customer data, it becomes the right way to surface the correct documents for the right team at the right time. And the impact is huge. Customers will use your product more often, and they stick with it. The experience feels much more natural, more relevant, and also drives satisfaction and can increase NPS scores. And ultimately, it strengthens how your customers feel about your product, which shows up in things like NPS, as mentioned, and also loyalty and NRR rate. So here's an example that's very, very popular and oftentimes is a first touch point into moving into agentic workflows, enterprise search. So let's say you're building this feature so your customers can easily get answers to any questions they might have. So let's say they ask, can you aggregate user feedback on onboarding friction across Intercom and Slack from the past 30 days? With your enterprise search feature, your customer avoids having to go into Slack and Intercom and manually search through millions of messages or thousands of tickets and manually analyze all of that data. It's a huge waste of time, especially with AI. And without access to Slack or Intercom, your enterprise search product just wouldn't be able to answer this question. But with an integration, your AI has all the contextual information required to deliver accurate and customer-specific answers. Of course, gathering all of this data is not easy. There are some real challenges. It's very costly and time-consuming. Building integrations for each of these built for each of these different platforms can take a lot of engineering effort, and oftentimes partnerships can be required as well. There's data validation and cleaning. If your AI is working off of bad data or incomplete data, it doesn't matter how advanced the model is, the responses might not be trusted by your customers. Third, customers expect that data is always up to date. You have to be pulling extremely so fast, and your syncs have to be extremely up to date. If your AI is pulling stale data, your information becomes useless really quickly. So for example, imagine your customer is asking about the latest PTO policy, but the AI responds with the old version. That's just not helpful, and it can create a frustrating experience. Finally, you need to ensure your AI feature respects data and permissions. ACLs are so important, especially with AI search. As expected, there's a lot of suspicion and anxiety about how AI uses data, and so it's important that your AI only has access to the data that is explicitly authorized to do so. Finally, after understanding the importance of integrations, the next challenge is how to prioritize which integrations to build. If you're building accounting integrations, one customer might ask for QuickBooks, another might ask for Sage, another might be asking for NetSuite or Xero. This will end up turning your roadmap into a laundry list of integrations, when in reality, your roadmap should be your core product. And so the good news is, you don't actually have to take on all these challenges yourself. The heavy lifting of building and maintaining the integrations that power your AI features can be completely taken off your plate, so your team can focus on delivering the experience and not wrangling the data. And this is exactly where Merge comes in. So instead of building and maintaining these integrations yourself, Merge gives you a single platform to connect to over 220 third-party platforms out of the box. Whether it's accounting, ATS, CRM, file storage, HRIS, ticketing, or knowledge base, all of that third-party data flows through Merge, unified, normalized, and ready for your product to use. So that means that your AI features aren't limited by the integrations that your team had time to build. They can immediately tap into the rich customer-specific data that makes them truly valuable. So in other words, you get to focus on building the AI experience while Merge handles the integrations. And Merge doesn't just give you integrations on day one and they disappear. We support you for the lifetime of those integrations. So we help you build, obviously. You can launch new integrations in weeks, not quarters, and immediately unlock customer data. But we also maintain them. So edge cases do happen a lot. Response bodies can vary wildly from customer to customer, and the documentation might not always be correct. We handle those edge cases for you. APIs will also make version changes. They'll handle new updates. We'll, of course, be handling that for you, so you don't have to change your roadmap at all. And finally, we give you observability tools in our dashboard. With built-in monitoring tools like issue detection and logs, we give you full visibility into your customers' connections so you can deliver the best possible experience. So with more Merge customers using us for AI, we've built out and improved key capabilities required. This makes us the data integrations layer for smarter and more efficient AI solutions. Merge automatically normalizes data across third-party platforms, meaning your vector database gets clean, consistent inputs and embeddings work more accurately. We provide you with full data flexibility, meaning if you ever need to get custom data or data in its original format, we do fully support that. Getting access to the data allows your AI to understand more complex patterns and edge cases too. We also built out support for access control lists or ACLs earlier this year. This was a huge pain, but we did it. This means that we automatically sync permissions so your AI only pulls the data that it's authorized to, and we do this real time. Finally, we ensure maximum data throughput. Merge is built for large data sets, meaning if you need to sync huge amounts of customers' data, we fully support that. And I'm excited to give you a sneak peek into our biggest product launch that we're launching later this year. So as more companies are adding agents, one of the biggest gaps is connecting them to those right third-party tools and doing it securely. And that's where Model Context Protocol, MCP, comes in, and we take it further. So with Agent Handler, you'll be able to securely connect agents to third-party systems, manage those connections, and monitor how agents are actually using those tools. Pretty cool. And currently it is in closed beta, but we're launching this in the coming weeks. So keep an eye out to get access and try it out. So thank you everyone for your time. If you're looking to see a demo of merch, you can come visit our booth. We're in like that middle area over there. And we'd love to see how we can help you. We also have a QR code up here. If you want to scan, you can also just book a demo maybe in the next few weeks, and you can try it out. We also have a free option. So if you want to just go to our website, sign up, you can do it today. Thanks, everyone.